Let me ask you a question. Do you feel like you are stuck in a relationship loop from hell? One crappy dynamic after another that leaves you drained, heartbroken, and completely confused. It is so easy to say it's just bad luck, but I'm going to tell you the truth. It's not bad luck. It's a hidden script, written a long time ago, that is secretly running the show and making these choices for you. Today, we're going to find that script, and I'm going to show you how to rip it up and write a brand new ending. You know this feeling? The relationship starts with this insane intensity, like something straight out of a movie. The chemistry is electric. The connection feels like it's changing your life. And then slowly, or sometimes like a light switch just flips, it gets weird. The same person who told you were perfect is now criticizing everything you do. The reassurance you need is always just out of reach. You start walking on eggshells, trying to get back to those good days, but they're gone. And you end up exhausted, feeling worthless, and more alone than you were to begin with. When it's over, you swear to yourself, never again. But then you look up a few months or a few years later, and you're in the exact same boat with a different person. It's like your internal compass is broken and only points to people who will hurt you. If this sounds familiar, I need you to hear me. You are not alone, and more importantly, you are not broken. What's happening to you is a powerful, predictable psychological pattern. I had a client, we'll call her Sarah. Brilliant, successful, had it all on paper. Funny, kind, loyal. But her dating life, a complete train wreck. She was a magnet for these charismatic, super confident partners who would always turn out to be emotionally unavailable, controlling, or manipulative. And every single time she thought she could be the one to fix them. She thought she could finally earn their love. And every single time she was left completely defeated. Sarah's story is a textbook example of how these hidden scripts ruin our lives. The hidden script, why this keeps happening. So why does this keep happening? It comes down to a wild, simple fact about your brain. Your brain doesn't search for what is healthy. It searches for what is familiar. Your brain's number one job is to keep you alive, and to do that, it predicts what's coming next based on what's happened before. From a survival standpoint, the familiar feels safe for one reason. You survived it before. Think about your mind like a GPS. The experiences you had with your parents or caregivers as a kid programmed your original coordinates for love. If that love was chaotic, if it was inconsistent, if you felt like you had to perform to get it, your GPS logged anxiety and uncertainty as the directions to get home. So now, as an adult, you meet somebody who triggers that same emotional roller coaster, and your brain doesn't scream, "Danger!" It whispers, "Oh, I know this feeling. I've been on this road before. This must be love." You are mistaking the anxiety, the butterflies, that on-edge feeling for passion. But it's not passion. It's your nervous system recognizing a familiar kind of pain. This is all based in something called attachment theory. Your first relationships create a blueprint in your subconscious for how love is supposed to feel. And while you can absolutely change it, it sets one hell of a first draft. If your parents were loving and responsive, you probably developed a secure attachment. You see relationships as a safe place. But if your caregivers were unpredictable, sometimes there for you, sometimes not, you likely developed an anxious attachment. Now as an adult, you're terrified of being abandoned, so you feel like you have to constantly earn your partner's love. This is why unavailable people feel so familiar to you. And if your parents were distant or dismissive, you might have an avoidant attachment style. You want love, but you're scared of real intimacy, so you push people away. This explains everything about why Sarah was drawn to unavailable partners. Her dad was a good man, but he was emotionally reserved. He showed love by providing, not by hugging or giving praise. So Sarah's script taught her that love is something you have to work for, and it will always feel just out of reach. Her adult relationships were her subconscious mind trying to go back in time to finally win the validation she never got as a kid. There's a name for this: repetition compulsion. It's your unconscious drive to repeat a past drama, hoping that this time you'll fix it and get a different ending. And to make it even worse, these relationships are literally addictive. Toxic cycles run on something called intermittent reinforcement. It's the exact same principle that makes slot machines in Las Vegas so addictive. You get just enough of the good stuff. A sweet text, a tearful apology, a flash of the person you first met, to keep you pulling that lever, convinced the jackpot is coming. Your brain gets a hit of dopamine and oxytocin in those good moments, and that creates a powerful trauma bond. That bond is what makes you feel hopelessly stuck to the person causing you pain, and it's why just leaving feels impossible. This pattern is not about the other person. It's about the relationship you have with yourself. If you learned as a kid that you weren't good enough, that your needs were a burden, or that you had to save people to be worthy of love, you will seek out partners who prove you right. We accept the love we think we deserve. The cycle doesn't break when you find a better person. It breaks when you heal the part of you that believes this is all you get. Rewriting the script. How to break the cycle. Okay, understanding why you do this is a huge first step. But just knowing is not enough. Real change happens when you take action. It's about deciding right now that you are the one holding the pen. Here's how you start rewriting your story. Step 1. Acknowledge the pattern without judgment. You cannot change what you refuse to see. So your first step is to become a detective in your own life. Get out a journal and map out your past relationships. What's the common theme? What were the red flags you ignored or tried to explain away? And how did you feel? Anxious? On edge? Exhausted? Do this with compassion, not criticism. You are not to blame for a script you didn't know you were reading. This isn't about shame. It's about data. You're gathering the facts you need so you can make a different choice next time. Step 2. Heal the original wound. This pattern is not about your taste in partners. It is a symptom of a much deeper wound. And while self-reflection is great, some wounds require a professional. You're very welcome to check out my links below in the description. Therapy is where you finally give your inner child the safety and validation they needed back then, so you stop trying to get it from partners who will never be able to give it to you. You cannot build a secure future on top of unhealed pain. Step 3. Learn the language of boundaries. Toxic people can only exist in your life if your boundaries are weak. A boundary isn't a wall to keep people out. It is a clear and kind statement of what is and is not okay with you. It's saying, I'm not going to argue with you after 10 p.m, or, if you raise your voice, this conversation is over. If you're a people pleaser, this will feel terrifying. You'll worry you're being selfish, or that they'll get mad and leave. Here's the secret. Let them react however they choose. Anybody who leaves because you set a healthy boundary just showed you they were never going to be capable of a healthy relationship anyway. Every single time you set a boundary, you send a message back to yourself that says, my needs matter, my safety matters, my peace matters. Step 4. Choose boring and build self-trust. I'm going to tell you a weird truth. For someone who is used to the chaos of a toxic relationship, a healthy, secure one can feel boring. There is no drama. There is no chase. There's no emotional roller coaster. The calm and the consistency are so unfamiliar that your brain might not even recognize it as love. This is the most critical moment in your healing. You have to find the courage to consciously choose boring. Give the person who is consistent, kind, and respectful a real shot. The one who does not give you that familiar gut punch of anxiety. This is how you retrain your brain. This is how you teach your nervous system that peace equals safety. And this is how you build a new reality where love feels like a safe harbor, not a Category 5 hurricane. Breaking free from this cycle was never about finding the right person. It's about becoming the right person for yourself. It is about becoming so solid in your own self-worth that when toxicity shows up, it looks around and realizes there's no room for it in your life. You have been following a script that somebody else wrote for you a long, long time ago. But you are not a child anymore. You are the author now. You are holding the pen. And you have all the power you need to write a new chapter, one that is defined not by anxiety, but by respect, by peace, and by a love that actually fills you up instead of draining you dry. If you're ready to stop understanding the cycle and you're ready to actively break it with support, I want you to visit my website. I can teach you how to heal from these exact patterns and build the healthy, amazing relationships you have always deserved. Thank you for spending this time with me today. And please be kind to yourself. Change is not only possible, it is your birthright. Check out my links below for more helpful resources.